It's the Firehouse Cooking Challenge presented by Kitchen Kitchen for the chef in you.
My name is Bill Weiser, and I'm proud to serve as chief of CAL FIRE Riverside County Fire Department. Working alongside me is an immensely strong team of firefighters and support personnel. This last year, we responded to over 170,000 calls for service. However, that all happened outside our stations. Now let's see what's cooking in the firehouse.
Brought to you by Acme Movers and Mindset Masterclass.
Hi, and welcome to the Firehouse Cooking Challenge. I'm Josh Jansen. I'm a battalion chief with CAL FIRE in the Riverside County Fire Department. We all know firefighters are competitive by nature, but what you may not know is they're also wonderful cooks. Let's see who's cooking today. From KESQ, Patrick Evans, meteorologist, and arguably the best dressed meteorologist in the business. Welcome, Patrick.
Thank you very much, Josh.
And also we're gonna have Jody from our Public Information Office. All right, good luck to both of you today.
Thank you. And I'm gonna call in my secret weapon, Rob Rosteen, who's gonna be my sous chef, and I will share him with you.
Wow, okay. I see how this is gonna work.
That's right.
All righty,
You
looking
share.
like it's gonna be competitive right out of the gate. Let's get started. All right, contestants, have a special surprise for you today. Jan, the gadget gal from Kitchen Kitchen, filled this basket with all kinds of trinkets to help cook your meal today. So go ahead and pick one each that can be used throughout today on your recipe.
I'll try this one.
All right, good whisk
you.
there.
All right, I know I'm gonna need that,
Okay, all right.
but I've also got stuff going in and out of the oven. Can
Well,
I take
safety
two?
is a priority in the fire service.
Hold on
so-
a minute now. If you're gonna do that, then I'm gonna take this.
All right,
Thank you.
well, good thing Jan filled this full. Good luck
Trade
today.
you.
Nope, we're good. I'll share. So Patrick, what are you making today?
I'm doing a couple things. I'm gonna make a veal and ricotta meatball, which is a little old family recipe. Really fantastic meatballs. And then to start with, I am making a chilled cantaloupe soup. I really like melon wrapped in prosciutto.
I do too.
But for the summer, I make it in soup form. So I make the chilled cantaloupe soup. It's got a little wine in it. It's got a little orange juice. And then I crumble crisp prosciutto on top. So you get
That sounds
the
amazing.
savory with the sweet.
That sounds really, really good.
How about you?
Since we're in springtime, I'm gonna do a pasta primavera with fresh spring vegetables and a wine cream sauce. And with that, I'm gonna do some toasted garlic bread with that.
Fantastic.
Yeah,
Yum.
let's do it.
Let's eat.
So the first thing I'm gonna have Rob do is cut these peppers into uniform sized pieces so that they cook evenly. And I'm gonna slice some cocktail sized tomatoes. They're really juicy and they give a nice flavor to the sauce. We'll get all our vegetables cut up uniformly and then we'll go next and prepare our shrimp.
I'm already using this chopper scraper.
It smells amazing.
I know. This is just a little fresh garlic and some shallots, which I'm going to saute briefly. I'm going to saute them, then cool them off a little bit, and then they go right into the meatball mix.
Yummy.
This is the chilled cantaloupe soup, so I've got about a half a cantaloupe in there that I diced up, and now I'm going to add a little honey. This is nice because there's no real cooking involved. This is all just adding and blending. So, and it's great. It's a great summertime dish because it's a nice chilled soup. You can enjoy this, and the sweetness comes from the honey and a little orange juice that I'm going to put in there, and a little splash of wine.
It smells amazing.
I know. I love the smell of fresh cantaloupe.
There's nothing better in the summer than fresh melons. So we have all of our vegetables chopped up, and now what we're gonna do is we're gonna heat up some olive oil in our pan so we can start sauteing our vegetables. We're not gonna cook them for too long. We're just gonna get them heated up so they have a good crunch to them when they're added to the pasta and the sauce. So lastly, Rob's gonna chop up some baby asparagus, just the tips and about halfway down, because as you get closer to the end of the stalk, they get a little bit woody and they're really firm and kind of dry. So I try to take just the upper half, and then we're gonna add those to our vegetable mix, and then we'll be ready to go to the stove and get a nice saute on those.
What I'm going to do is I'm just going to blend this up. So we've got a little white wine, actually a little rosé, cantaloupe, a little honey, a little orange juice, and now we're just going to blend that, and then we'll chill it. It's as easy as that.
That looks amazing.
I always put it in this little pitcher. It just makes it easier to serve. And now we can chill it. This is just a little shallot and chopped garlic. And I'm going to saute this just to soften it up a little bit. And then I'm going to set it aside and let it cool off, because then it's going to go right into the meatball mix with the, this is a pure veal and ricotta meatball. So it's very light, very delicate, and that's why I use shallots instead of onions. So it's just a little more delicate flavor.
So now we've got our vegetables all cut up and we're ready to put them in for a quick saute with some extra virgin olive oil, which I put around the pan twice. And then we're going to add some garlic, salt and pepper, and Italian seasonings and let those get a little sauteed without overcooking them. I'm going to keep that on a low to medium heat so they don't burn. Give them a quick stir and add our garlic and spices to that and let them go for just a few minutes. So you can either do a fresh garlic and peel and chop garlic, 2 to 3 cloves, or if it's a weeknight and you want to make dinner really quickly, I buy the jarred garlic. It's already chopped and prepared, and just put a couple, 2-3 tablespoons in that. It's got a really rich garlic flavor to it.
I started an Italian sausage company a few years ago. I named it after my dad, Fulvio Antonio Iacetta.
Okay.
And so we call the company Fulvio's Foods. And we make Italian sausage. We have a couple of other products, but we distribute a lot of it to the local restaurants here around town.
Nice. So Rob's he's going to a chiffonade, which is rolling up some fresh basil leaves, and do a chop on them so they look really nice to put over the top of the pasta dish when it's all finished. So Rob stacked about 5 or 6 of the basil leaves over, and then he's going to take his knife and make really thin cuts across it, and it gives a nice aroma and a nice flavor to the food as a garnish.
Hi, I'm Jan, and welcome to Kitchen Kitchen. When you first walk in, you're going to notice the wonderful aroma of our gourmet coffees. Peruse the well-stocked shelves filled with those unique and hard-to-find items, and check out our wide selection of bakeware, barware, and barbecue, as well as our full line of quality cookware, cutlery, and gadgets galore. We also offer knife and scissor sharpening, so you can shop while we sharpen. Need a gift? We have it for everyone on your list, and even offer beautiful complimentary gift wrap. Follow me into the kitchen, where we hold the cooking classes and private events. You may even catch a demo of our best-selling gadgets, such as the square egg press, the pineapple slicer, the apple peeler, the electric rotato, and my personal favorite, the chopper. Stop by Kitchen Kitchen today. Family owned and operated for 3 generations since 1979. So come on into Kitchen Kitchen. Hope to see you soon.
Bespoke, custom tailored to your needs, a perfect fit. If you are buying or selling a home, their process will be custom tailored to fit your needs. They are bespoke. Real estate marketing is their specialty, and their customized elevated service will meet your needs. Robert Downing and Tracy Boomer and their team have a passion for real estate.
Hi, we're Robert and Tracy, and if you'd like to see a sold sign in front of your home, or you'd like us to help you find your perfect desert property, give us a call today.
We are bespoke.
Dr. Clarence Caldwell works with people who want a better life. Are you tired of health, career, and money issues? When you see others that seem to have it all, do you wonder, why can't I have that?
You can. If you're ready to overcome the fears that hold you back, increase your confidence, and leverage the power of your emotions, my Mindset Masterclass is exactly what you need. I will personally teach you the skills that I used to move from homelessness to corporate boardrooms. It will work for you too. If you truly want more, join me at my Mindset Masterclass and create the success and fulfillment that you deserve in your life.
Hi, I'm Henry.
And I'm Steve. Together we represent Exotic Motor Cars here in Palm Springs. For the last 30 years, we've been the Valley's leading supplier of pre-owned exotic, luxury and classic cars.
Don't just dream it, drive it.
I got what it takes.
I've got what it takes.
I've got what it takes.
Patrick, Jody, Rob, we have one of our judges here today, and it just happens to be Jan, the gadget gal. She's got some questions for you.
All right, guys, so I got here a little early because I wanted to kind of see everything going on here. When I walked in, the smell of this place is amazing. It smells so good. So what are you going to be making today, Patrick?
I'm making some veal and ricotta meatballs, and we're also going to start, before that, we're going to have some chilled cantaloupe soup garnished with crisp prosciutto.
Ooh, that sounds yummy. And what about you guys? What are you doing?
I'm going to be making a pasta primavera with spring vegetables and grilled shrimp, and also some garlic bread for the side.
Oh my gosh, I can already tell this is going to be really hard to judge. All right, have fun. I'll see you out there.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Right now, I'm just putting a little bit of ricotta, and when I make these, I always use the whole milk ricotta. You can get the skim, but why skimp on the calories? That's where the taste is.
Agreed.
Don't fool around with that skim milk stuff.
I'm going to rinse our shrimp. I usually do about 1.5 pounds of they're 16 to 20 count, and I always buy the tails on because they have a nice color to them, and they're already cleaned. While that's going on, I've got a pot of water boiling, and we're going to be using some gemelli pasta.
What I like to do with these meatballs, I put in some Parmesan cheese as well as the ricotta, and I'm getting all of those ingredients mixed. Then I'm going to add in my breadcrumb a little bit at a time until I get the consistency I like. You don't want them too soft, but with the ricotta, you're going to have a little softer meatball, and you want to make sure that they still hold their shape. You don't want to make ricotta hamburgers. You want to make meatballs.
So now I always rinse the shrimp off really good with some cold water, just because it's been in a package. And once I do that and let it drain really good, I'll pat it dry with a paper towel, and then we'll get it seasoned up and ready to saute.
Now I'm just putting in the garlic and shallots that I sauteed.
I love the breadcrumbs.
Got to use a little Italian seasoned breadcrumbs. You know, my grandmother's recipe for 2 pounds of meat, and she would use beef, pork, and veal. She would put, and everybody couldn't believe how light and fluffy her meatballs were. But for 2 pounds of meat, she would put 8 eggs.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So it really sticks together, and they're nice and light.
Yeah, they're nice and light.
Sounds amazing.
Yeah, it was really, that's an incredible recipe too. Now I've got eggs. I beat those eggs with just some Italian herbs, a little parsley, some other Italian herbs. Add that into our meatball mix. And mix all that in and let it rest for just a couple of minutes. Let the breadcrumb absorb the egg. And then when it's the right consistency, we'll roll them out and we're going to bake them off. You can fry your meatballs. I like to bake them. Some people air fry them, which is even better. But I put a little olive oil on top of them, roll them around in that, throw them in the oven so they get a little bit of a crust.
Yeah.
And then they're ready to go.
Now I'm going to take my shrimp that's already rinsed and patted dry, and I'm going to season them with garlic, a citrus blend, spice, and some Italian seasoning, salt and pepper, and let those sit for a couple minutes so that the seasoning sticks to the shrimp before we saute them. And then I've just put my gemelli pasta in a pot of boiling water that's heavily salted, and then I'm going to let that cook for about 7 to 10 minutes. And then we'll drain it, and then we'll start working on the sauce. And then Rob's getting ready to put the garlic bread in the oven.
Next time, I'm bringing my own sous chef.
I'll share. I said I would share it with you. Now I'm going to put a little bit of olive oil in another saute pan, a couple times around, nothing too much. And then I'm also going to put some more garlic, another 2 to 3 tablespoons of garlic, because we can't have enough garlic. Then I'm going to get that heated up so we can saute our shrimp. And then while our olive oil and garlic is heating up, I'm going to stir this pasta just a couple more times and give it about 3 or 4 more minutes so we can get it drained and get it ready for the sauce. So we've got our shrimp, it's all seasoned up and ready to go, and we're going to give the oil just a couple minutes to season up. We want to keep stirring our pasta to make sure it doesn't stick. 7 to 10 minutes for spaghetti is usually about right, so it's al dente and not overdone. So we'll give this a couple more minutes to make sure it's not too hard to bite into. And then our garlic is sizzling now. So now we're going to add our shrimp. Turn up the heat just a little bit. This is all good to go with the tails on it. So once this cooks up, it'll get a really nice pink color that we can add to our pasta and our vegetables. That smells really good in this pot here, Patrick. What is this?
Oh, that's just some fresh marinara that I made to put over the meatballs when I serve them. Just, you know, a little onion, a little garlic, and chopped tomatoes and Italian herbs. And I simmered it for a while today, so now it's just warming up. I'm going to put that over the meatballs.
That smells really, really good.
Speaking of the meatballs, I got to roll these out.
Yep, absolutely.
This is the part where you get your hands a little messy, but I've got everything nicely mixed. And our liquid is absorbed in. The one thing about these, you don't want to pack them down. You don't want to make them too firm so that they remain nice and light. I've coated this pan with a little olive oil. I started with a pound of meat, and I used about a cup of ricotta cheese. And also about a half a cup of Parmesan cheese in there as well. You're Just want to make sure, and then I put in actually 3 eggs into this 1 pound of meat. I'll let it sit for a while so that the breadcrumbs would absorb that, and you can see that they're holding their shape pretty nicely. And I added in that sauteed garlic and shallot. And again, I like to use shallots with these instead of onions because you get a nice softer flavor with it.
So Rob's just drained our pasta for us, and now we're just waiting for the shrimp to finish up, and then we'll get the sauce going, and then we can eat pretty soon.
And once I roll these out, we're going to pop them in the oven. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a little of this extra virgin olive oil spray on top of them. That will give them a nice crust. It's a little better than frying them up. You only need to bake these for probably about 12, maximum 14 minutes. You don't want to overdo them. Usually when I make meatballs like this, I pop them right into the sauce after I've taken them out of the oven. My grandmother always said, just use the tips of your fingers. All right.
So now I'm going to get ready to start our sauce. And again, we're going to have a little bit of olive oil, maybe just once around this time since everything else is pretty well coated. I'm going to do some olive oil. Again, lots of garlic, so a couple tablespoons of garlic. There we go. And we'll get that happy in there. And to that, I'm going to add 1 cup of heavy whipping cream. It's a really creamy sauce and a wine-based sauce. So we're going to add some whipping cream to that, and we're also going to add a cup of white wine. And that'll cook down so we don't have to worry about the alcohol or anything like that in there. And then to that, we're going to add some grated Parmesan cheese and let that sauce simmer for a few minutes. And then we're going to toss that with the pasta and the vegetables and the shrimp, and we'll be ready to go.
All right, just spraying those with a little olive oil so that they're going to get a little crust on them. I preheated the oven to about 400. Pop those in. And the other thing I'm going to put in the oven, so with the cantaloupe soup, I want that crispy prosciutto. I've taken out the prosciutto, just put it on a cookie sheet, and we're going to pop that in the oven as well and let that crisp up. And crispy prosciutto is a garnish for just about anything. You get that salty goodness. You can crumble it on salad.
There's nothing better.
It's so good.
Jay's Deli in Palm Desert continues to make new traditions. We thank them for their support of closed captioning for the hearing impaired.
Jose Roman, Landscape Design and Maintenance. Call Jose Roman, 760-619-6033.
Want to play better golf, tennis, pickleball, improve your focus? Well, you might want to check your brain. A 10-minute brain recording can reveal your brain speed, and together we'll make a plan to up your game.
Acme, full service moving and storage. Acme is #1 when it comes to moving and taking the utmost care of your precious cargo. There is no job too small or too big that they can't handle. When it comes to storing your valued possessions, Acme is the best in the valley. Their task is complete when you are comfortable in your new home or knowing that your possessions are safely stored.
Call Acme Moving and Storage today for your free estimate at 760-200-1102.
Welcome to Gelato Granucci, the little shop with the big flavors.
Where our brilliant flavor designers bring you the art of gelato. Flavors like coffee, strawberry, salted caramel, cookie shot cones, gelato bars, and gelato cannolis. And now Gelato Granucci can be featured at your special event. Our scrumptious gelato will be served to your guests from our vintage cart.
See you soon at Gelato Granucci in downtown Palm Springs.
So I'm going to use my whisker that I took out of the basket a little while ago. Stir up my ingredients, and one thing that I do add to this sauce is I reserve a little bit of the pasta water, and it helps to thicken the sauce naturally because the pasta was cooking in that sauce for a while. So I just add maybe a half a cup to that and get that going until it gets almost to a boil. And then I will add the Parmesan cheese and let it cook for just a few minutes and thicken up, and then we'll be ready to toss everything in there. I'll add a little bit of salt to this and some pepper. A couple pinches of pepper, so it gives it a little kick, but not too spicy. And then finally a little bit of citrus seasoning. And then Rob's checking on the bread, putting some Parmesan cheese on that, so we're good to go on our time here. And then the last thing I'm gonna do is toast a few pine nuts to put in and mix in with the pasta to give it some texture. Lots of cheese. I save a little bit for the top of the pasta when it's all done. When the pasta is done in the bowl, we're gonna add some of the chiffonade of basil that Rob cut up, and then we're gonna put a few little sprigs of Italian parsley on it. So let's give these a quick turn. These are toasting really quick. I'm gonna turn the heat off under these and let the hot pan finish cooking those. And our sauce is about thickened up here, so we're about ready to assemble.
Oh, look at that. I've got my fancy oven gloves on from Kitchen Kitchen. We're ready to pull the meatballs. They've been baking for about 12, 14 minutes at 400. Beautiful. There we go.
Those look great.
I think they're gonna be just right.
You look like you're an amazing cook.
I can't wait to try that.
I can't
hope
wait
you
for
made
you to
enough
try it
for the
either.
judges and me.
It's been fun. Thank you.
It's been a lot of fun.
All right, let's dish some food up for
All
our
right.
judges.
I'm gonna pour some cantaloupe soup as a little first course.
We can finish off with a little bit of Parmesan cheese on top. And then I've also got Rob earlier cut the Italian parsley and the chiffonade of fresh basil for a nice little presentation and a little herby flavor to it. There we go. Thank you.
That's beautiful.
Awesome.
Beautiful. All right, with the cantaloupe soup, I've just got a little creme fraiche, dollop on top. And now we're gonna take our crisp prosciutto and just crumble that right on top. So you get a nice combination of the sweet and the savory. There we go. All right, that is ready for the judges. Now I'll plate the meatballs. Just putting a little of this, it's a really fresh sauce. This is not the kind of Sunday sauce that has to simmer all day. I just simmered it for a couple of hours. There we go. And we have our chilled cantaloupe soup ready for everybody to enjoy. Trust me, you won't need a knife with these meatballs.
It doesn't
fork
look
tender.
like it.
Hi, I'm Henry.
And I'm Steve. Together we represent exotic motor cars here in Palm Springs. For the last 30 years, we've been the Valley's leading supplier of pre-owned exotic, luxury and classic cars.
Don't just dream it, drive it.
Welcome to your Palm Springs oasis. Explore Mission Hills Country Club and discover endless ways to live life well. Visit missionhills.com.
Welcome to Jay's Deli in Palm Desert, a modern New York-style deli combined with today's contemporary cuisine. At Jay's Deli, we make everything fresh daily right here in our own kitchen.
All right, I've got the matzo ball soup over here. And I've got the New York black pastrami on rye bread to go with that. All right, and I've got the Amy's chopped with beets, goat cheese, and walnuts.
So we got our cinnamon hollow French toasts and our signature meatloaf.
Jay's Deli, making new traditions. We look forward to serving you soon.
I got what it takes.
I've got what it takes.
I've got what it takes.
All right, I'd like to welcome our judges. We have two of our local firefighters here at the Thousand Palms Fire Station. We have Jamie and we have Sean. They'll be judging the meal along with Jan, the gadget gal from Kitchen Kitchen. And I'd like to welcome and introduce our first contestant, and it is the best dressed meteorologist in the business, Patrick Evans.
Hi, judges. Well, I've got two courses for you today, and we're going to start with a chilled cantaloupe soup. It is garnished with a little creme fraiche, and I crisped the prosciutto and crumbled it on top, so you're going to get a little of the sweet along with a little bit of the savory.
Wow.
There you go.
Thank you.
Enjoy.
Thank you. Fork or spoon, Patrick?
Definitely spoon.
Oh my gosh. I'm gonna get that prosciutto. Make sure you get a good bunch of that. That is so good. You know what I love is that crunch of the prosciutto. And then you taste that creme fraiche in there. Okay. What do you think about
Salty with the sweet.
Salty with the sweet. Yeah, so good.
While you're enjoying that, I'll bring out the second course and what we have for you. I made some fresh homemade Pomodoro sauce, did that a little earlier today, and I've served that with veal and ricotta meatballs. So this is a very, it's a light, delicate meatball, and it's, I think, incredibly tender and delicious because you get the veal and that wonderful ricotta cheese.
Sounds good. Thank you. Wow. These look great. Very authentic, for sure. Oh my gosh. You can taste the cheese in the meatballs. And that sauce, that's like Mama makes, right? Patrick, you outdid yourself. Way to go.
Glad you're enjoying it.
Okay. This is amazing.
Hello, judges. What I've prepared for you today is a pasta primavera with shrimp and a wine cream sauce with some homemade garlic bread. I hope you enjoy.
That shrimp is cooked perfectly. We gotta try that bread though, guys. Garlic bread. There's a lot of butter on this and a lot of cheese, so dig in. Oh my gosh. This is gonna be a really hard decision. Really hard. I think this is something you guys could totally make at the station, don't you? With all these veggies and the cheese. What do you think of the two courses?
I love shrimp.
Ah,
So
I see where this is going.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm going to say my answer, and then you're going to have to be the tiebreaker.
All right.
I'm going to say the meatballs. Now you get to pick your favorite.
I like the pasta.
Okay. All right.
I'm going to go with the pasta.
I guess we have the winner. We have Jody. Jody as the winner. Yay.
Jan, I understand you have some gifts for our contestants.
I do. I have a first place and a runner-up prize. And so, Patrick, we have a 6-inch chef knife for Hammerstall, and we have it engraved, the Firehouse Cooking Challenge 2022.
That is gorgeous.
So you can use that whenever you use it. You can think of your experience today. It was so much fun. And believe me, it was very hard to decide. I'm telling you, both of your meals were amazing, guys.
I know I was in trouble when she walked in and started cooking.
And she had her secret weapon too, right?
Which I offered to share.
You did. I did hear that. And so for you and Rob, the secret weapon, we have an 8-inch chef knife, and it also has the engraving. So you can always use that and have fun memories of the day. It was a lot of fun.
Thank you. It was really fun.
Really
I had
enjoyed
a great
it.
time.
Yeah.
It was really fun.
And
Thank
if you need
so
a matching
much.
one, you can come to Kitchen and get the other
I'll
set.
be there. Thank you so much.
Thank you
That's
so much.
Beautiful.
This was so much fun.
Congratulations.
I'm so glad.
Thank you.
Well
and
deserved.
congratulations
That was
to
a
you.
gorgeous meal you made.
Your food was amazing too. And I can't wait to try my soup that I have waiting back there for me.
Yeah. Getting warm.
Beautiful. Thank you so much.
Thank you all for being here. Yeah. Thank you guys for judging.
Thank you.
Have a great day.